Welcome to Counter Diary. Counter Diary, we are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. On today's edition, we are somewhere way down in Lofa County. And to be precise, we are in Zorzor Lofa County. And we are actually at the Alternative Youth Radio. And we want to see exactly what is going on here. A few days from now, they're going to be dedicating this area, and a lot of young people around Zaza district will be benefiting from here. But let's talk to the CEO and see exactly what they are doing here. So keep following Counter Diary. We are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. All right, so let's get to talk to the CEO of the Alternative Youth Radio, a radio station based in Lofa County. And to be precise, this is the first youth radio in Liberia. Maybe I'm not aware of any other one, but this is the first time we're going to have a radio station that is fully dedicated to empowering the young people. So let's get to talk to the CEO here on the Counter Diary today. And I want to say, let me meet thank you so much, brother. How you doing?
Thank you, Kofi, and great to see you here, and welcome to AYR.
Okay, it's great to be here. I'm happy. I mean, I just look at the whole environment. It seems to be very different. And let's talk about Alternative Youth Radio. All right, so we're standing right there. You look up there, you see the inscription is Alternative Youth Radio, AYR 98.9 megahertz. Okay, and it's the media complex in Zorzor Lofa County. But let me talk to Mr. Kwabo. James, how you doing?
Well, good, Kotu, and again, I'd like to say welcome to the media complex compound of the Alternative Youth Radio. We will shortly be transitioning here.
All right, so while we try, I'd just like the camera guys to come closer a little bit to get us in. You're talking about your big transition. Let's talk about the history behind this building. I mean, is it just a building, or I mean, how you came about with this Alternative Youth Radio?
Well, the issue of Alternative Youth Radio started as a dream to me back in 2014 in Zorzor City, Lofa County. Firstly, I began to see that there were great potentials with young people and kids. So I launched, with the help of other young people, we launched an idea called Make the Children Smile. And that program, we saw what the children were doing. We saw their approaches and their articulation. And I said, wow, there's a skill that we need to tap into, and that is to have an exclusive platform that will be just for children and young people. And we began to look out to see how we could bring that idea. So the first person I met was the former city mayor, doing, hey, you need to help us in Neon area.
You mean the first city, the former city mayor of Zaza?
Zorzor Johnson, yeah.
Okay.
So I met him and said, oh, hey, I need you to help us. I have a dream. I don't want this dream to die. Can you help us with a spot? So he carried us to the telecom tower. Then he gave us a spot, and we're able to begin the construction. Begin to construct the structure there, and we had our building. So at that time, I had an employment with the International Rescue Committee immediately when I came from my university on a grad study. So I had a employment, so we began to look in the direction of ensuring that we keep some low resources, and while we talk to potential donor partners to be able to help us. So fast forward, in 2019, we had a break in terms of our coverage. That was around 2019, yeah. So we came on precisely in 2016, late 2016, because when the oil mill was relocating and leaving the country, so they had a spot to the base there, almost going to Monrovia way. So we talked to the city mayor again, so we want to be squatting here in the meantime, so that you can be able, we can be able to construct and complete the structure up there. So we accepted and began to broadcast in a container.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from broadcasting from a container, now they have a full structure here in Zorzor Lofa County. So tell me, when you were broadcasting from the container, was there at any point in time you said, you know what, I can't make it with this, I just had to cut it off?
Well, there was some level of discouragement at first because it's a new thing. A lot of young people have gotten used to a system where they will not want to follow policy. That's the first major challenge. And so to really have a generation that will be committed to policy issues and live by it, it's been our first nightmare that we fought to ensure that people understand the reality. At times, some people feel discouraged and go away, but we kept his dream that we've reached this spot. And so fortunately for us, we became Mandela Watchman Fellows in 2019. So our ideas about youth development improved when we went to the US and came back. So when I was going to the US, I said to myself, hey, if I come back, I want to build a media complex.
All right, so something he just said, when I go to the US and come back, I want to build a media complex. And today that dream is right here. And you know, one key thing I just pick up from him is like, you know, the US is a place of opportunity.
Yeah.
A young man will go there. I know some folks will go up there and say, let me pack my bag and just go and enjoy myself. But he decided that, hey, I will go back and make sure build something that will be empowering the youth. So when you came back from the US and you came, that's when you started the project here.
Yeah, when I came back in 2019, around August, because after our program in July, I applied to do some follow-up meetings with possible supporters and donor partners in the US, because while you are on the fellowship, you have an opportunity to reach out to potential donor partners as a fellow. If you can talk to them and convince them on your programs that you're doing, you have. So I needed to have done more follow-ups. So I applied and requested an extension in my stay. So I stayed up to like August. When I came back, at that time, we went out of transmitter because the transmitter we're using it was not for us. We like a borrowed transmitter at first. Yeah.
So listen to this. You are broadcasting 98.9 on a borrowed transmitter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So we had to turn this transmitter over to the original owner in good faith, and so we began to sacrifice, put $1 or $2 together, keeping it to the point that I was doing some consultancy. I nearly never ate my salary because I kept everything, and in fact joined a club, yearly saving club. So we began to put some money. So when I went on a fellowship, low stipends we're getting for food, I will keep it and add it up and talk to other people. Hey, we got this one, can you help us? So before we came back, we sent for already our 700 watts transmitter. Wow. That was the first transmitter. So the moment I came to the country, we had our transmitter coming. So in 2020, early 2020, we came on air with our own transmitter. Now, just from broadcasting on a 700 watts transmitter, because of our connections we established in the US, we're able to buy additional equipment. So at this stage, we have a 3,500 watts transmitter that's on the standby.
3,000 from a borrowed transmitter to 700, 700 K. It's not even what K. It's 700 megawatts. Megawatts. Let's say watts. Right, 700 watts transmitter. Now he's talking about 3.5 K. That means that you're going to be taking over Lofa County. And to be precise, we're talking about Salaye, Fonjama, maybe and other nearby. I think you can even go up to Bon County as well.
Yeah, because even at this point, what happened is the fact that we are a youth radio, and being the first unique youth platform, we want to reach every young person in all of the villages, in all of the towns. So to do that, we did an assessment that what if we have to get to full let's say maximum capacity, how can we cover Lofa? So we did our feasibility, and we realized that particular transmitter. But here is the challenge: we don't have the electricity. So what we've done, we just kept it in a box and operating our 700 watts. Even with the 700 watts, FM transmitter got escape zones. Mm-hmm. We still have places like Foya, getting on some places
because you're on top of the hill.
Yes. So we are trying now what we're trying to do is to be able to construct our own tower and relocate everything to this central office. That is a media complex that we started constructing some 2 years back. This is something that we started 2 years back, and I'm grateful that you also contributed to this particular, because we reached out, we raised funds from even the U.S. You know, when I went to the States, that was one of the greatest things that the Mandela Washington Fellowship did for me. Connected me with people that I reached out to, and they could send support. And the bank here we took up to 22,000 United States dollars, $22,000 as a loan on 3 different occasions.
All right, so we're gonna hold you there. Let's take a look at where the broadcast currently, and then when we come back, we take you through the new complex. Keep watching. This is Counter Diary. We are telling you the untold stories of Liberia. So now that you've seen where exactly they are broadcasting from, and then they're going to go into their new premises, I want Mr. Kwabo to take us through this area, just a few minutes, so that we get there and then we continue our conversation. So let's go in there.
Yeah.
So we're about to enter the complex, and then he's going to be explaining to us. And he said where we are. So this is
the waiting area briefly, the porch. You see that the name.
Yeah, I see that is written out there.
Yeah, so and then you come to the lobby.
Okay.
Where we have
the light is on, don't worry about it.
So here they will recently retouching
okay.
the thing, because on March 25 will be launching our official opening this place. So this is a lobby, and here we got 2 bathrooms in here.
Okay.
This is the general bathroom here. This is the general bathroom. So we have this place as the conference room. This is around 20 by something. So this is the conference room. Can accommodate around 60, 50, between 50 to 60 people, depending on the seating capacity. So this way, we got 2. There's an exit door also for the conference room. Let me show you this place. This is the office of the
the CEO office.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't come up with lights, right?
So this is the CEO's office. It has a bathroom as well. It has a bathroom here. And so this place is going to be used for exclusively for a CEO and his guests, who will come to visit, and you have the time to.
All right.
Yeah.
So
There's an exit door as well. So there's an entry and exit. Okay, so this is the hallway going to the studio. So in here, you have the office of the station manager.
okay, the station manager office is there.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you have the business director or business section here. And the reason we strategically located the business people, because when you enter and go to the studio, the business people will easily see you and see where you're going.
Listen, you have to make some money, you know. That's how you operate.
And let me show you firstly the general office. This is for program and also news. So here we have various desks for our news and program staff. So this place is exclusively for office. Two departments. Then this is the production room. We're still doing some work here. This is the production room. Here you notice that the sound system is different in here.
Very cool
Yeah.
sound system in here. Great, I love it.
Yeah, so this place is going to be used for production because this is a training radio. So some of our kids will come, they'll be recorded here, pre-recorded, and then you save the material, do whatever editing, and then you send it. So even somebody's on the air, it's not an issue. So you just be here, do your production, and then it's safe for airing.
All right, so where are we going in the next place?
We're going to the main studio. Okay. This is the main broadcast studio. So here, the main broadcast studio. But what happens? We have two set of lights. Okay. So if you come here, this place has the capacity of hosting up to 6 studio guests. So you see three people on this side, another 3 this way. It can even host up to 2 hosts or 2 producers at the same time. So one can sit this way, another on this way. And then the central mixing bowl. So this is a state of the art that we started, and this was a dream that we told the U.S. government that when we come back, we'll embark on the construction of a media complex, and we're very excited about the fact that we'll be able to realize it.
Okay, guys, those of you watching us on the Counter Diary, I want to say thanks to every one of you for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you hit the subscription button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I want to ask James, what motivates you to do what you're doing?
It's the fact that I grew up as a disadvantaged child.
When you say disadvantage, what do you mean?
Meaning a so-called in real life. And that's why sometimes when I tell my story to people, it becomes like an inspiration to them. I slept in a building where when rain is falling, I have to stand and pack the mattress to sweep and to wipe the floor and sleep. At times it gets difficult. I had to sleep in a tailoring shop. And I decided to come back home and say, the suffering that I went through, I don't want any young person of my age or in my location to go through those things. Because sometimes if you don't have a strong mind, what happens is you get involved in a lot of unacceptable attitudes and society begin to throw you away. So I just imagine as young as I was, at then in around 12, 15 or 16 years old, lost my mom, my dad. So it meant that I had to struggle to be at this stage. So when I think about these things, I think about how we can make life better for other young people. So I know what it calls suffering. I know I've gone through it, I've felt it. So I understand exactly that it's not good. So I'm motivated by the fact that we got more potential young people who have had similar stories that we have. But it's also good to be an inspiration to them. So if you see me, most of the thing, when I went to Colombia seminar thing, my colleagues will ask me, why you don't want to stay in Colombia? I said, look, there are a lot of potentials in Lofa County. And most of the thing you see that I'm here almost every time. And because I'm so inspired, I feel that everything that I want in life, everything that I want to do in life should be in Lofa County. And I'm more motivated about the fact that if I'm staying in Lofa, I feel more happy as compared to even staying in Monrovia.
All right, so you've answered all of the questions I wanted to ask you at this point. You've just answered everything in one. And one message for other young folks, because like I said, you say you want everything to be done in Lofa. There are other people who feel that, why should have, get a mind education and then get a master degree and then they say, let me go back to Lofa County. Why? What's your own message to them?
The fact is, this misconception that when you go back when you're educated, they will kill you is wrong. And young people need to graduate from that stage. I think you're more welcomed home when you are doing things to improve the community, to inspire. You saw what actually happened today? What happened here today was the fact that the community members came up to be able to clean around the building because they are more involved in the program. So to all of the young people watching me, it's important for us to disabuse the mind of people who think that when you are educated, you come back home, they will kill you. Since 2005, I came back home after the war. Trust me, I've lived peacefully with my people, and I feel inspired every time by their actions to do more. So why do you think for almost 18 years, I got my bachelor degree. I stay right here. The only thing that carried me to Monrovia was to do my master. I got my master. I'm back. So I feel welcome, and people need to erase that notion. So it's just a key message. Young people need to do away with the notion that once you are educated, you come back home, they will kill you. It's wrong.
All right, thank you so much, James. It's good to hear your story, and I'm sure most of you watching us on the Counter Diary is an inspiration to every one of us, including me. He's one of those that motivates me. Actually, I don't say most of the time, but when I see what he's doing here, it becomes more like an inspiration for me. So I want to say thanks to every one of you for watching this edition of the Counter Diary. We'll be back here on the 25th when this play will be officially dedicated. Probably that day I'll sit down on the radio, just sit behind and say, hey, what's up, folks? Those of you right here, you're listening to AY Hour 98.9 in Zorzor Lofa County. It's good to be back here. My name is Emmanuel Kotu. Thanks for watching.
And thank you, everyone.